Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2009 Gentei, which is a Gambo store exclusive version of Thrust. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. We'll do a comparison with him and his original Generation 1 self, and some other figures in the Generations toy line, including the most recent to date, which is of course his Earthrise version. So as you can see, quite a bit to get through today, and before I put all these back, I'd like to remind anybody, if they're not a subscriber to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So what we're going to do then, we're going to do first impressions first, then we'll look at him in his jet, and then we'll come back in his robot for the comparisons. Now this, as I say, is a store exclusive. This came out a full year before the Generations version, and it is beautiful. We've got some lovely detail there in the cockpit and on the head sculpt right there. Articulation wise, we've got the shoulders which will go all the way around and out to the side. We don't have a waist swivel, unfortunately. The legs will move up and down and out to the side though. We've got a knee bend, yeah we have, and we don't have an ankle rock. Again, this is a figure that's what, 13 years old now. It's quite old. It's not the most articulate, but it just looks great. Now the interesting thing with this guy as well is you can actually take these boosters off, or his engine shall we say, so you can display him differently in the other mode as well. Now the other interesting thing about this Thrust figure is it was the one that completely, as you can see, this deco here has never been used, nor funnily enough was it ever used again in the particular, well, it was just something I suppose a bit daring, and it was something that they wanted to differentiate maybe with the fact that it was a store exclusive. It would be something more like I suppose a Walmart or a Smith's Toys exclusive now, because it did have this different deco, this different colour scheme to it. It was completely different, as I say, to the Generations version, as you'll see in a second, and even to the botcon version that got released in the Wings of Deception, which again I will show you in the comparisons. But I suppose apart from that, as you can see, and of course because it's Japanese, they've got the chromed missile launchers, there's no restriction on them either, so there's quite a bit of venom, and they get it to work. Yep, on these as well, which again I can show you in a bit more detail. But what we're going to do now then, in fact before we do that, let's have a quick look at this. So this, unfortunately, as you can see, is unboxed. Is he going to stand up for me? And let's see what everything that came inside the package. So we've got a lovely little henkei brochure, because it's basically a henkei figure, but as I say, it's known as a Gentei one. So there's some of the figures that you'll know which were released in the Generations toy line, as well as the henkei ones. There of course is the Jetfire figure and Ramjet, and then we've got a little, I suppose it's like a manga comic inside there, and then we've got again just some more pictures of the toy line as we know it. We've got the instructions. Oh, I've got this tape stuck on that by accident. We've got a collector's card, and we've got the feedback thing as well. So yes, now we're going to have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay then, so we are back and he's in his alternate mode. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. It will be uploaded separately if you want to see it. And of course, we've got the interesting thing now of where do we put these engines. So you can completely take them off if you want. And granted, that makes him look rather odd, to be honest. It doesn't really suit, I don't think so. You could put them on the back. I've seen some stock images of them on the back still, but of course that is how they were left when he was in robot mode, but it doesn't really do anything for it. You can't really tell it's Thrust when it's done like that. So what I would like to do, I am going to pop them into position there on the top, which again gives it more of a bit of a G1 homage itself, doesn't it? And also now we can attach the missiles. You can still put them under there, they can fit both in, no problem whatsoever. But now I want to show you again a bit more detail. Look at the detail in the cockpit there. You can see that it's even, we've got the recess in there where there would be a seat. Again, the detail on this is stunning. We've got the silver there for the chrome. Everything just looks great. Well, it's not completely different, but this is the botcon one from the Wings of Honor set. So you can see that it does look that little bit different. This is the Generations one that came out the year later, which of course went more with a traditional Thrust colouring, shall we say, and a different coloured cockpit and different weapons as well. So it is slightly different. It is a nice variation of it all. There's not much more to say about the jet mode. It is a seeker mode. It's been used loads of times, but it's just interesting to see what they do with thrust. Obviously, with his wings, he's slightly different, isn't he? So, especially with the VTOL turbines, that again, as I say, you can take off and move. But there you go. As I say, you can still unfortunately see his head underneath, and it's pretty much, as you say, as you would expect it. Oh, I forgot to fold the landing gear out. There we go. There's the landing gear folded out, which was his chest, and perfect. There's not much more to say. It's a seeker and it looks stunning. Okay then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and that is because this is the way that I am going to be displaying him. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take the turbines and I am going to pop them on his inner feet. It just doesn't look the same there. If I put him on this side on that top wing, it doesn't look good. It just sort of gets in the way of the Decepticon logo, which you can see there, even though it's a little bit more like G1 with them there. I suppose, to be honest, it can go there. Maybe. I don't know. The pictures I've seen, to be honest. In fact, I'm going to ask. Leave me a comment which way you think I should leave it. Do you think I should leave this with the thrusters at the bottom, which is the way that is seen in his stock pictures, to be honest? But to be honest, no, it's not the way that it is pretty much in G1, is it? No, it's always at the top. So let's see how we can do. If I can turn it around, even if I could turn it around that way. I don't even know which way to go now. I've confused myself because I didn't think they'd look as good as they did, to be fair. So I am. Do you know what? I'm going to spin them around. I think I found out the reason why. These will get in the way. Oh, no. No, they won't. I'm going to attach these. See, a lot of these videos, I'm learning the same with you guys. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it like that. Oh, no. Turn it around. Turn it around. I think it looks better than it being on the feet. Which is weird. As I say, all the stock images of him have him with them at the feet, but there we go. There he is next to his Generation 1 self. I don't have this, the Generations 1 opened, unfortunately, but what I think I can do is maybe if I bring that there, yeah, you can see that they've got the turbines at the top as well. And of course, the main difference is the canopy is orange, not the translucent we've got there. Here's a very similar use of the mould, which we can see as in the transformation process, but obviously the wings and everything up the top. The original owner of this particular mould was, I think it's Ramjet, that's it, which unfortunately I do not have. And as I've said, it's not the botcon version either. So what I'm going to do is if I move these over for the final comparison, we've got Generation 1, we've got 2009, and then we've got 2021. So this is the latest version to date. This is the Earthrise Voyager class version of him, which you can see is so much bigger and in some ways so much better. I think they've all got a little bit of, I don't know what it is, they've just got something about them, haven't they? The thrust's just, although it's a seeker and although the mould's been used loads, he just looks totally different. I think he's just got something that little bit special about him. I did want to show you as well, of course, that if you wanted to, you can take these and you can pop them in his hands. Let's see if they'll go in. He said that now, but they normally do on all the other moulds. Oh, right, okay. Again, as I say, learning, so I know they should do, just needs pressing in. It doesn't go in as well, and to be honest, it doesn't look as good. You've got to have the null rays or the missile launchers or whatever they are, depending on the character, in the shoulders. And as you can see, we've made a decision already with where to put them. However, if you think I'm wrong, of course, let me know. But this is just one of them, I suppose, little special figures that not many people have heard about it, and it's got enough subtle differences to make it worthwhile. Maybe hunting down if you're a variant hunter like myself. Let me know what you think of him. And of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.